Good evening, folks. I'm Al. He's Jonesy. G'day, Jonesy.
G'day, Al.
And welcome to Al and Jonesy's NFL. Jonesy, this week we're going to start with the divisional finals. Some very exciting football, some not so exciting football. Let's start with the games that happened on the Sunday. Take it away.
A big game in the NFC to start us off, Al. Falcons were playing the Seahawks. Matt Ryan, possibly the MVP of the league this year, looked very, very good. Seattle, coming away from home, they haven't been the same team as they have been at home. Pete Carroll came out and said it. You need those two games at home to be able to, challenge in the NFL. The Falcons won 36-20 pretty comfortably. To be expected, I would have thought.
I think so. I think that the injuries that Seahawks copped late in the season, I have documented on our website for all those you are interested. And yeah, look, the Falcons look good at home. I like their aggressive offensive play. Next game was the AFC divisional playoff game between the Texans and Patriots in Boston. Jonesy, I think that with the Patriots the shortest price favourites going around since, I don't know, well, there's some cliche out there for favourites. Let's just continue on with the blog and suggest that Texans really way out of their depth. Patriots too much class. Was there some signs maybe that the Patriots are wavering a little bit, but Jonesy, is there some weaknesses that perhaps happened in this game?
I don't think so, Al. The line was 15 points. It's 18 points, it looks like there to me. I think Houston had a pretty good season this year with good defense and maybe an average quarterback, and it's not all doom and gloom for them. Okay, they can still build on what they got, and they get JJ Watt back next year. They're not in the upper echelon of teams yet.
No,
someone's got to beat the Patriots. Someone's got to beat them. Until that happens, they're still my pick for the Super Bowl.
Fair enough too.
The next games we're looking at the Monday games and. Big game for Alan Leslie, ladies and gentlemen. This is a massive game. I don't see the Dak Prescott top on anymore, mate. I was on last week. He jumped off him pretty quickly.
Oh,
this was a massive NFC game between Alan Leslie's Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Fantastic game. Both teams played unbelievably well. It was nail biting to the end. Green Bay Packers had the best quarterback at the end, and he had the ball at the end of the game, and that was the difference.
Look, I think that's probably the most important thing. There's a lot of discussion about whether the Cowboys gave the Packers too much time. Clearly, Aaron Rodgers, 2 timeouts at 35 seconds, that's plenty for him to do some ridiculous throw 35 yards down the line to a bloke who catches it that far inside, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind. Not that I'm venting any frustration. It sounding like
Have you got over it yet, mate?
Meltdown.
Have you got over it yet, mate? It's a big loss for you, mate.
Yeah, like I'm so used to all the teams that I follow being mediocre anyway, James. This is sort of like a blessing in disguise. They actually made the finals, but there's some good signs. It's rubbish that you're suggesting that I'm getting up Dak Prescott. He is a champion. In fact, I might even just go and get my shirt now, put it on just because I can't hear that rubbish from you anymore. You can talk about the Steelers game while I am.
Still, the wound's running very deep for Alan Leslie, ladies and gentlemen. Last game of the round was the AFC divisional round between Pittsburgh and Kansas City. This was the 4th game that I selected correctly. And I thought that the Steelers were always going to make the AFC Championship game. The game was delayed for 7 hours, Al. 7 hours through an ice storm. It was freezing cold in Kansas City. The Steelers couldn't get in the end zone, but they kicked it all right. And the Chiefs, well, a season of lost opportunity, I think, for the Chiefs. See you later. One and done.
Look, yeah. Well, Jonesy, let me just say, kudos to you for picking 4 out of 4 in this final series. Unfortunately, my multi came undone, but the public were aware that you were supporting those 4 teams, so no one can argue that we didn't throw out the winning teams. Just didn't come from me, which is very surprising. Look, only thing that worried me about the Steelers in this game was the fact that, they had possession of the ball a lot. They got into the into the end zone. Red zone, I will say the red zone.
5
times. and
Inefficient.
couldn't score a touchdown.
Yeah.
With an offense like that, they are touted as having this great offense. So, look, brilliant performance by them, but to keep the Chiefs down to 16. Chiefs could have been a little bit more adventurous in their play. They need a wide receiver change, and they need to be able to throw the ball more than 20 yards. But anyway, it was an exciting game. I enjoyed the two Monday games. Really brought this playoff series back to life after it's been a little bit a bit one-sided in most of the games. So it was great to see a couple of great contests. Unlucky Dallas, unlucky Chiefs.
So we're looking at the Steelers Patriots, Al, and we're also looking at Atlanta versus Green Bay in our next segment.
Now, Jonesy, I'll let you preview whichever of those teams you want to, two games you want to, mate.
Well, let's look at the NFC. All right, I'll look at the NFC game between the Packers and the Falcons. Green Bay have the hottest quarterback going around. The Falcons probably have the second hottest quarterback going around. It's going to be a massive game. It's in Atlanta, so that's going to be a big advantage, I think, for the Falcons. Maybe one of the last games in the Georgia Dome, because they're building a brand new stadium next door, which is, I think, the Falcons are due to move into, I think, next year, but correct me if I'm wrong. Green Bay have Green Bay have looked fantastic. Absolutely, they've done all before them. Nine wins in a row. Aaron Rodgers is just going off. But so have the Falcons. Multi-pronged attack. They've got wide receivers. They've got two good running backs. They've got an awesome quarterback. They're looking pretty unstoppable as well. So, it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to tip the Falcons. I think they can win it because it's at home. But you never can count out Aaron Rodgers. If he has the ball.
He's got the ball in the last 30 seconds, look out. Jonesy, can't fault anything you've said there. The only thing that worries me about the Packers... oh, jeez, okay. Well, lucky you're a 49 supporter and your head can still fit in the room. But the Packers defense worries me a little bit, and I think that they are running out of puff. A lot of that, I always thought with that Dallas game that Dallas was still a chance late in the game because the Packers were going to get tired, and I think they certainly did. Aaron Rodgers can get tired; he was fine, but they've got an undermanned back half there, and they are going to get tested this week with the likes of Julio Jones and Coleman, and you just named them. Yes, the young lad who was going to go to Cleveland. Well done, Cleveland. I can't remember his name, but he's pretty handy. The Falcons, I think, are just going to be that too strong an offensive weapon. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I can't see it. It's going to go over 30 points shortly.
You want to take the overs?
And yes, absolutely. If you see good numbers on see good value on 60 plus, I'd be looking at that seriously. Yep. Falcons for me. In the AFC game, well, look. I hope the Steelers win because I'm sick of the Packers. The Patriots, and I throw in the Packers as well. That was a Freudian slip.
Still better about the Packers.
Yes. But the Patriots, I tell you what, their defense is playing well, and Tom Brady, he doesn't do too much wrong. As much as I like watching the Steelers play. I think Le'Veon Bell is outstanding the way he goes about the running game business, and Brown obviously showed his class by getting that first down, as we talked about late in the game to ice it. But the Patriots at home, I am going to pick the Patriots, Jonesy.
Al, you correct me. Someone's got to beat the Patriots. Until they beat them, you've always got to pick them.
Yes.
They're just an outstanding team. They expect to make the Super Bowl pretty much every year. Tom Brady, everyone's kind of talking about, maybe he's getting too old and he can't do this and he can't do that and he can't do this. And, man, he just keeps winning games. And what are they, 14-2 this year? And they won a playoff game as well. So there you go. They're going to be too strong, I think, for the Steelers. I like the Steelers. I like them. I like watching them as a team, offensively and defensively. They give it their all. But I think New England Patriots, it's going to be the Patriots versus the Falcons in the Super Bowl for me, Al.
Yeah, and that'll make a great game, that one.
Absolutely.
Couldn't agree with you more. Thanks very much, folks. We're going to have a break now. Don't worry, Melroy's Meltdown will be part of this
It's coming
podcast.
in. I think it's coming in via Australia Post or something.
I think it might actually be on my phone right now. I haven't had the nerve to watch it because, geez, I tell you what, it's a pretty frightening experience watching a Melroy Meltdown.
And here it is, Melroy's Meltdown.
Hi there, Melroy here, coming to you this week from Parts Unknown. My victim this week, putting a dagger through the heart of my esteemed colleague Al, Dak Prescott. This bloke, there was more hype around him than Pokemon Go, and at least Pokemon Evolve. All that Dak Prescott turned into was a big lump of crap. He's going to join the list of a whole lot of other uninspiring rookie quarterbacks, Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow, and RG3. And let me tell you, he'll probably be at the bottom of that list by the time his career is done, which won't be long. Dak Prescott, you've joined the list of Melroy.